Harding. So I mean, to me, I want a local team to get to Columbus. I don't know if there is one that's going to be in the playoffs. That's a big deal, but let's see.
It's okay that Youngstown Mooney is the Youngstown team this year.
Yeah, I'll be I'll be okay with it as long as it's a Youngstown team. Maybe I'll cheer against them once they get down there. But it's like I want Ohio State to be in the national championship game. Do I want them to win? I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but I want them to go.
So what's next on your agenda here? Let's talk again this weekend. What's going on here, and then
We have our Halloween party on Saturday. Starts at 8 o'clock. We have a DJ food, but before all that starts, the whole day kicks off. We have our smoker going, ribs, chicken, brisket. The YSU game's on at 4 o'clock. They have homecoming. Ohio State's on at 3:30. So we're looking forward to a big day. There's a good day of college football on again. I think it leads right into a couple big games. Like Clemson plays Florida State at night. So just another good day of college football, and we're excited for it.
well, you think about it. We started this on week one. Little conversation after the Mooney Cleveland Heights game turned into, 9 weeks of doing this. It's with the help of Sergeant Bob and MVP Productions. It's kind of been a nice ride. It was a good experiment to see how it would go, and we had some great guests here, and some great young men got to speak in front of the camera without their helmets on.
Well, that's what I've been most impressed about is just the kids and how well spoken they are, how comfortable they are, in front of a camera. But there was a lot of kids. I think it was cool last week when Coach Perlogo brought a group of kids that maybe doesn't get interviewed every week, but he, as he said, they kind of beat the drum for him defensively. I think each week we get to meet a different group of kids that were just every kid that came in here I was impressed with. Every coach I had a ton of respect for that came through. But it was just not just that, the Holy War Week thing, the whole concept behind it. I thought it was a great idea by you, well put together. Something with, you sit here, I had my back to you watching the Indians game, and you're like, oh my God, that's Mr. Sports. Then it all kind of dawns on you, hear the voice, and you get, then you got Bob Hannon. It was between Mark Porter and all those things. It was to have it, like you said, be something that's talked about without planning, just the way it was put together the whole year. I thought it was fantastic. Sergeant Bob did a great job. You did a great job, and I mean we were excited to be a part of it.
The best thing is we got a roadmap now, something to build on for next year, and maybe we'll get others involved, whether it be advertisers or sponsors or different places. Just to actually have a plan, hatch it a couple days later, get some great help from guys. We wouldn't be able to do the videos and stuff without Sergeant Bob. We wouldn't have a place to go here without Kelly's, and we wouldn't have all the people coming in without all the great coaches and players in this area. And we've tried to get a lot. We've tried to go big and small and all the coaches in between. And I think we got a great sampling of the area.
Oh, absolutely. And as a former coach and you were a player, Wednesdays, kind of cleaning everything up. It could be a long day. And it's also, everyone's got to understand, it's very hard to make a schedule because from a coaching standpoint, you lose a game on a Friday and you need to win the game next Friday. The last thing you want to do is come talk to some two old washed up guys that sit here and want to talk about high school football, But that's why I loved every single coach that walked in here. They took their time out because it's a long day. A lot of those guys are teachers. Yeah. They leave their house at 6 in the morning. You're a teacher now. I mean, you're leaving your house at 6 in the morning, and you're putting in time. So the time spent here, it meant a lot to me. It meant a lot to you. And I think it means a lot to the kids, and that's why they do it.
And you see the kids are tired. They just get done with practice. A lot of them come here and get something to eat. And
man, can they eat, too.
Yeah.
Sit here.
So it's a good experience.
Yeah.
And we talk about Sergeant Bob. Come on around, Bob. Come on and join us here for our closing segment. None of this would be possible without Sergeant. We had him on as a guest sort of earlier in the season.
Yep.
But we asked him to help us out with the task here in the bar, and he's stand-up guy, and he's did his part, and he's made some great productions for at least give it a shot. If you haven't seen it yet, or if you only seen one issue, go back through some of the old shows, see some of the guests we've had on. We've had some great guests, some funny guys, good coaches.
I mean, and from a guy like we talked that first week, you got a guy like Lynn Bowden, a guy that's misunderstood that we had time to sit here and talk about. Wonderful. All the way through the first week when we had Coach Kemp.
Yeah, we had Mooney, Boardman, and Ursuline all in the same.
Yeah, and it's just,
out of the blue, 2 days later, one day later.
Like I said, for it to be thrown together, I just think it's a big credit to you, that these guys have that much respect for you to come in and trust the show that we didn't even have a plan for. So I think you're right. We have the roadmap, and I thank you again, Bob, for just the fact that we made a phone call to him Monday morning and said, "Hey, we got this thing going on. When
No,
is
we
it?
met Monday night.
When is it? Wednesday?
Yeah.
No, really, it's on Wednesday, like 2 days from now.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And that was week 1. So.
Yep.
And it's been fun. I don't know. We didn't have a script. We just did it. And that
I
was
got to
kinda
give
nice
props to
about
you
it.
guys for that, because it's very hard from a broadcasting standpoint, especially when you're used to taking pictures, like you're a still photographer, and being live on camera and doing an interview is not an easy thing, especially when you're doing it cold. And like you said, there's no script here, and you guys they're just having a conversation with young kids, young high school football players and coaches, and just people that deal with sports in general. And to do that without a script is a testament to your guys' knowledge on sports. So you guys ought to be congratulated for that too.
And Bob, you put in a lot of work during the season with Latonia in the 7th, 8th grade. Give your guys a shout out. And how'd your season go?
Well,
Latonia 7th, 8th grade football.
We had
head coach.
Yeah. 15 kids on our team. We went 2 and 4. I got just a wonderful bunch of kids. They played on pure heart this year, and I love coaching that level of ball, because you can actually see them develop and eventually, hopefully, become the kind of kids that you talk to here on a weekly basis. And that's kind of why I do it, and that's why I love coming here, because I can see the product of coaches at my level, the product that they produce. So it's kind of neat to see these kids and be able to talk to them.
And now right around the corner, it's wrestling season, yes?
Yeah, next week I coach at South Range, and so I jump from one to the next. It's busy year. So
Youngsters as well?
yeah, I coach 7th and 8th grade at South Range. So yeah, I'm geared up for wrestling season. Hey, maybe we can do a show on that. Call it Takedown or something.
Okay. I don't think I can MC that one. I don't know.
Well, you guys, and let me tell you something. Check out all the the past episodes of Yards After Contact. You will not be disappointed. I'm going to get back behind the camera so you guys can get to do what you got to do.
Ryan, your story a little different. You're coaching, player, coach. Then you got into little personal enterprise businesses. How did that happen for you? Bellaria, was that your first one?
Yeah, it was Bellaria. I bought it my first year out of high school. We used the graduation money to put a down payment on it, and it was kind of getting ready to maybe go out of business. And these guys that owned it were moving on.
In which location?
In Girard, and we bought it then and kind of rode it out. And I eventually bought my second location in Warren that I still currently have. And then we sold our Girard store, and because I couldn't do anything, I bought this. But I was a guy. I was an okay football player, like you said, a heart guy kind of. I like to compete, so for me, not deciding not to play college football, I had to do that, fill the void somehow. So my competing was in business. So, I think it's not the same, but I love it. I love it.
Would you buy the bar tomorrow again?
No comment. No, I love it. I mean, it's Bob Hannon told me a funny story on camera before we started. He said one of his good friends, he said the happiest day for 25 years, he owned a bar for 25 years. He said 25 years before, the happiest day of his life was when he bought the bar. 25 years later, the happiest day of his life is when he sold it. So, I think it's great. It's long days. It's mornings at Bellaria, and I have a good partner in Andrew Frasca that helps me in Warren. I was best man at his wedding, and we have a good relationship. So I know people always knock business partnerships, but if you trust the guy and you're trustworthy and you both work hard, it works pretty well together. But
and are you here mostly on the weekends?
Yeah,
People come by?
In the evenings, because we're trying to get our food menu going. We got these. I made my first. Dave Cook, who comes in, he pressured me to make these chili dogs. So I'm not a guy, I can't buy store-bought everything. Everything's got to be fresh, made by, and I like to cook. So I made my first made chili for the first time a couple weeks ago for the Indians' first round. And it came out really good, but that was my first chili dog. Well, now we're out of chili because now I'm addicted to chili dogs. So I'm eating all these chili dogs. So
So it's on the
but-
official recipe menu now? Or
yeah,
no?
it's on the menu. So that little things like that, they grow from there. It's just we like it. So I'm trying to grow our food menu and do different things. And that's the part I have fun with because I've been in Bellaria. It's a great franchise, and it's just like, they don't reinvent the wheel with them. They have good sauce, they have good cheese, but it's Phyllis Frasco and the Liberatos, they created that thing in 1957. Now this is something completely different. For me, this is, I'm making my own thing. So that's what I like here.
Anything going to change here in the near future?
We try to stay ahead of it. I think, from what I've seen over the years, when bars kind of slow down, it's when everyone gets tired. So it's hard to you want to keep doing stuff. That's why we do the Halloween party. Our 1 year anniversary will actually be the day before Thanksgiving. So it kind of lines up pretty good.
Nice.
So so we're gonna have a good party for that. We're always gonna do the Christmas party.
Theme parties, why not?
Yeah, we're always gonna do the Christmas party on the 23rd, and that ends up being on a Friday this year. St. Patrick's Day was crazy for us. That's on a Friday this year. So it's gonna be a fun year. I think 2017 is gonna be fun. So we're excited.
My story, well, I wouldn't be here sitting with this mic in my hand or going to Ohio State football games on Saturday if my brother Chuck didn't get us involved with the Valley Playbook back in 1989. I've been fortunate to cover 4 seasons of YSU National Championship football, 2-3 seasons of Ohio State getting into the national championship, 4 actually, win 2, lose 2. I've had some great opportunities, met some great people, met guys in sports I would never have met, coaches I never would have met, had relationships with people I never would have met. And again, if it wasn't for my brother Chuck, my late brother Chuck, who passed away this football season, is 6 years now that he's been gone. So he left way too early, and this is kind of a legacy. Anything we do in the sports world is attributed to Chuck and our family, and we're very grateful and appreciative, and just having a chance to meet and do shows like this and do radio with Ron Podesta, who is one of our guests, and meet great coaches. This is genuine stuff.
Well,
There's no pretense here. This is it.
As I said earlier, and I could speak to it, it's a huge tribute to you, that the respect these coaches have for you. And I remember you taking pictures, and it's funny, we're taking. I had all those guys in from Ursuline last week, and Justin Brown's like, "Oh man, Gary Houstu's still down there working." I'm like, "I don't think you're gonna kick him off the sideline anytime soon."
Same old, huh?
But yeah, I think to everyone, the respect that these coaches had for you, like I said, for a show that may not have the credit yet, and still on the ground
Yeah.
floor, for them to take time out of their Wednesday
Yeah.
to come here, that's a testament
Yeah,
to you.
and I'm thankful for them
Yeah.
for coming here and getting guys like Bob to come from United Way. And we've had a little bit of it, Ron Podesta on his radio show. It's been a great experience. Again, thankful to Bob for making this happen, putting it on the air with YouTube and your place here for having it. For the final time, this is Yards After Contact from Kelly's Bar in Youngstown, Ohio. Good night, everybody.